Germs, welcome back to the Beers and Deers podcast. It is Saturday morning. We got the guillotine, Rambo, the Tower of Power, and the seed of the guillotine, Stone Cold Killer himself, Wyatt, Joe Biden Gills.
That's a nice mask you got there.
We got nephew Wyatt.
So, gentlemen, you're drinking a hot cup of Joe.
Yeah,
I'm
drinking
not.
a hot cup of Joe with Uncle Joe. Yeah, we're gonna move this in a little, Bubby, so we can both kind of talk into it here. Yeah, there you go. All right, take the mask off. You're freaking me out, dude.
Sorry.
Breathing heavy, smelling everybody.
Sounds
Get out
like
of
we're
here.
interviewing Darth Vader.
God knows what fumes are in that fucking thing. You lightheaded?
He's got
No.
that came
Okay.
straight from China. He's got all the COVID now.
So, how was our respective weeks in the woods, gents?
Did you go in it?
I didn't get out at all.
Anybody go?
I went once, but let's hold off on that. Why don't we ask Wyatt about
Our guest of honor.
our guest of honor? So, son, what did you think about deer hunting? So let me put it to you this way: how many times have we went hunting together? You think?
At least like 15 times.
Think that many? No,
Yeah.
I'd say probably like
7?
7, yeah, maybe 7 times. And we've seen deer a handful of times.
Yeah.
And you went bow hunting, and you came to full draw on a buck. How did that feel when you had your bow back and you seen that buck?
I felt that I was going to be able to shoot, but I might have shot it in the wrong spot.
So you were worried about accuracy?
Yeah, and then he looked over and he saw us and then he ran. But he didn't know what we were, so he came back and then he blew us.
That happens.
Yeah, that was tough. But
Yeah.
we were successful, weren't we?
Yes.
So what we did, Kevin, shout out, our buddy Kevin Dvorak. I was taking Wyatt rifle hunting, took him out with the 223, had the AR-15 all loaded up, which was a great round for him because that thing shoots well, right? Very little kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Wyatt, he's 8 and he's about 95 to 100 pounds.
Big boy.
Big boy. Yeah. So for him, he handled it very well. But so I called Kevin and I asked him if he had a blind I could use. He said, yeah. And I told him where I wanted to go, and he was like, dude, why don't you just come over to my spot? I got corn out already. You can set up this blind there, and I bet you'll see deer. So that's what we did. We went over to Kevin's. We set up the blind real quick, and we sat, and we took my daughter, Hannah, Wyatt's little sister. She's 4. And it was tough because Hannah would not sit still. And even though you're in a blind, you still got to be still, you know? And she needs a few years. So we didn't see anything that time. We may have seen some whitetails run away, right?
Yeah.
But Wyatt did good, and he sat still, and we were like, all right, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to set this thing up in a new spot. We're going to brush it all in real good. And me and Kevin went out. I put out 200 pounds of corn about 30 yards from this blind. We cut down some trees, cut some shooting lanes, brushed the blind in real good, and I set up a cell cam. Throughout the week, we seen some deer hitting the corn on the cell cam, mostly night, but we seen some during the day. And this was Sunday when we set the blind up. We went out Thursday. I got Wyatt from school early, picked him up, and we shot out to the blind. And we got in there, I think it was about 3 o'clock when we got in there. At 3:55.
A deer came in and so what happened?
How many deer came in?
So there's one, and then a couple minutes later, another one came in, and then when the other one came in, we have tried to shoot about 2 times, and it kept clicking, and so it clicked 7 times.
Jeez.
And
What's wrong with your gun, bro?
And I built this friggin' gun.
Yeah, so.
But I've never had issues with it before in the past. But I've shot cheap ammo out of it, and I had these Hornady ballistic tip, like high-end ammo in it, and that's the only thing that was different. But yeah, we got 2 deer out 30 yards eating the corn, 2 button bucks, and he's cool, he's calm, he's collected. I could tell he was pumped. How were you feeling, Wyatt, when you seen them deer in front of you? Was your heart beating out of your chest? Tell us about that.
I was very excited. Definitely, my heart was definitely beating very fast. My heart was probably doing like 100 to 160 something
Beats per
beats
minute.
per minute. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good range.
Yeah.
So these 2 deer come out, and he gets down on a rifle, and he's cool, he's calm, collected. We got it in a sled, and he's got the red dot right on the vitals, and he goes to shoot, and click. And I'm like, what the hell? So I take the gun, I take that bullet out, give it back to him. I must have did that 4 times.
Jesus.
Click, 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 and the whole time he's just looking at me. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry, son. Like,
Was the pin even hitting the bullet? Was there a dent in the
Apparently.
primer?
there was dents on the primer.
Whoa. That
Yeah.
is sketchy.
Yeah, it was sketchy. I'm
my
like,
God.
that's what Wyatt was worried about. What were you worried about, son?
I was worried about the gun exploding.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, because I still got the bullets, and they've got little dents in the primers. I'm like, what the hell?
Shit, dude.
Yeah, really weird. I don't know what the deal is with it. I still haven't taken the gun all apart and messed with it yet, but because rifle's over, so I'll get around to it. But we did it like 4 times, and then all of a sudden, I hand him the gun, and he puts it in the sled, and then what happened?
It had a bang, and
Finally.
yeah, finally it happened, and the deer jumped right up and down, and it died. Then Dada shot it again, and then we went over. We stopped for a little bit to let the adrenaline cool down, and then when it cooled down, we went over, and the first shot was straight through the heart.
So you made a really good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hit dead on right in the heart. I mean, the deer dropped where it was. I shot it again just to be safe.
Insurance policy.
Yeah, but it didn't need it. It would have went.
And the gun, it
After that, it shot
worked.
fine. Yeah, I shot
And
it.
after I shot it, Dada tried to shoot the other one.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, but the other one got away.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
I didn't shoot at it, but I was like aiming at it, and I was thinking about it, but I was like, I'm not gonna shoot a running deer. But I thought it would have been cool if we both would have got one.
That
but
would have been
Yeah.
awesome.
even so, it was just such a powerful moment that I got to share with him, and it was just I couldn't be happier with the way he performed. I mean, we all know how difficult it can be to stay cool in the moment and execute a good shot, and then add on top of that, you're 8 years old, and the gun's not working right, and you've got all this stuff going through your head, and you still got it done, and I couldn't be more proud of you, son. You did awesome. How did it feel after, like, when you knew that you got the deer? How did that feel?
So right after we got the deer, I was jumping up and down. I was super excited that I got my first deer, and Dada was excited too. He was like, "Yeah, you did it."
It's pretty much how it went.
Yeah, it's emotional shit.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. I just pumped. So we got
Yeah.
Wyatt on the board. He got his first deer, and it's just been it's been an awesome year.
More
And
to
then
come.
right after, so what we did was we took it to Ryan's to hang it up, and then we went home to get dressed for wrestling, and then we went to wrestling, came back, got Hanny from
My mom's.
my mom, and then we just went back home and ate dinner.
Man, you're a badass 8-year-old. You smoked a fucking deer, then went and wrestled.
Yeah, and
You're the
I'm
cool-
reminding you owe me $10.
$10?
Yeah, you said
Damn.
you said if I
Was I
shoot
drunk?
a deer before
Was
you.
I drunk?
Probably.
All right, I'll give you
Prob-
$10. I got like
probably.
$2 now. I'll give you $2.
Probably.
All right, there you go.
That was
$2. How you
I
ate
was
more?
16 when I shot my first deer, so he's one up on, I think, all of us.
He could
Yeah.
be like, if you stick with this, Wyatt, I'm telling
He'll
you.
be the next Cam Haynes. And also, we ate the heart.
Yeah.
Why? This was
For
the first
dinner.
time I ate the heart, and I gotta tell you, it was really good. I sliced it thin, just mostly the bottom. The top is like real tough and fatty, and it's got
that
like the
big main artery going through it.
Yeah, but I sliced it real thin. I put butter and garlic in the pan, and then seasoned it with parsley, salt, and pepper, and fried it up for I think it was like 2.5, 3 minutes per side. And we ate that, and it was delicious. What did you think about the heart?
I thought it tasted just like regular deer meat, and it was really good. What recipe did you use?
I'm not sure. It was one I got off Alexa, but it was delicious.
Yeah, for sure was.
I wonder how many people keep the heart.
We should post that and do like one of the like percentage
Ryan has
things.
2 hearts
Like a
in
poll.
his freezer. He remember when Ryan came over the day after we ate the heart? He said that he had 2 in his refrigerator.
Yes, yeah. Ryan's big on keeping everything.
Well, everyone swears by it. You see a lot of the I watch a lot of these hunting shows, and it's a muscle.
Yeah,
It's a fucking muscle.
I was really surprised at how good it was. Makes me want to keep hearts from now on.
Wow.
Like there's no sense in wasting it. That is a delicacy actually. It was very good.
You thought about the liver at all?
Yeah, I'm not a big liver fan.
I've never had liver.
I have. It's good.
Beef liver.
Beef liver's good.
But I wouldn't be opposed to trying a deer liver too. I mean, just try it out.
Yeah. I got one in the freezer. I'm gonna try to
It's good.
train a dog, and I'm not gonna eat it.
No.
No. Just for
that's
dog
That's a
training.
good idea.
Yeah.
We got some questions from Tim up in Pennsylvania. Shout out. And here's his question for us. And it's a good one. It's a shooter pass-ish. It's, would you rather have a 10-year-old flagship bow or a 2022 economy bow?
That was 10 years ago. I'd rather have an economy bow. It's probably the same specs, but it's probably a smoother shooting bow. But I don't know. I haven't shot a 2011. So
Yeah, that's an old bow. I think I'd stick with the economy, the modern. I think technology's really went that far in 10 years.
yeah, I mean, I got a bow from 2009, and it is a turd.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
What do you think, Rutsy?
I'll shoot the economy as well.
yeah.
What do you think, Wyatt? You take a 10-year-old?
10 year.
The 10-year-old bow?
Yeah.
Okay. He wants the flagship.
Hey.
Right on. I hear you. What about, all right, he got another one for us. And I feel like we might have did this last year, but maybe not. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
No. No.
No. No.
Never seen Die Hard.
Oh my god. Bruce Willis, dude. Come on.
I know it's Bruce Willis, but I've never seen it.
It's not a Christmas movie.
Have you seen Die Hard?
No, but I've went on this Christmas movie
All right, so
channel.
Seth and I.
I went on this Christmas movie channel and it had Die Hard on it. And there was also this ad where it was doing that Christmas thing. And these 2 kids said, "Isn't Die Hard not a Christmas movie?" And they said, "Okay, not 100% a Christmas movie, so it's not."
It depends on what your definition of a Christmas movie is.
Yeah.
You got to start there. Like, what? Rattle off some Christmas movies.
Christmas Story.
So I would say like National Lampoon's, like the Christmas one.
Jingle
That
Jangle.
that's the best Christmas movie ever made.
I'd have to agree with you.
Chevy Chase, his dude, he is the funniest motherfucker.
Ernest Saves Christmas.
That's a good one. I like that one.
I've never seen that one.
Never seen any of the Ernest movies?
Uh-uh.
The Halloween ones or nothing?
I'd say Die Hard it can be. It can be a Christmas
depends on what your
tradition.
perception
Yeah,
is on
I
Christmas
mean,
movies.
I'd say, I'd vote it in.
I'd say no, but
What's the number one? You're saying?
National Lampoons, without
Yeah.
question. Without question.
I think
Yeah.
I might go Home Alone, dog.
That's a classic.
Yeah,
we
Home
talking?
Alone.
But
That's
that's
your
like
favorite?
that's like a Christmas
Home
kid
Alone
movie.
3 is actually my
No, he's good.
favorite.
He's good.
Try not to interrupt. Son. When you talk on these things, all the sound comes out at once in everybody, so you gotta try and make sure we take turns. But
I'm terrible at that, Wyatt. I never do it either. Don't worry
yeah,
about
we
it.
all struggle with it, especially after a couple cold snacks.
Yes.
Uncle Jeremy's gonna be tore up from the floor up by noon.
I'm gonna try to go hunting tonight. Well, I am going hunting tonight. So.
Would you went out last night, Johnny?
Yeah.
How'd you make out?
What a fiasco. So, did you bring any more beer down?
Yeah.
No, I have another
There's
one.
2 in there.
I
Grab him, Wyatt. You grab him for me.
So I went hunting after work yesterday. I scurried out in the woods. My favorite word, scurry. And sitting there, and the birds are making all kinds of racket in the briars. You know what I'm talking about? Like when they just make a bunch of racket in the briar bushes. So they're doing that, and it was like 20 after 4. I hear some more racket behind me, and I'm thinking it's just the birds and another briar bush. And I look behind me, and I see antlers coming. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. But it turned out to be a 5-pointer, really nice 5-pointer. And I had him at 30 yards, dead to rights. And I just watched him walk away. And then maybe 15 or 20 minutes later, it's starting to get dark. And I snapped you guys this spike that came in. He was like 10 yards. And I hear some more ruckus behind me. And I look behind me. And I see antlers again coming right to my tree. And it's an 8-point buck. And he stares right up at me. It's the same buck I passed on in the very beginning of my rutcation. So I knew I wasn't going to shoot him, but he knew I was there. He just kept staring at me, and then he went right underneath my stand, and he kept looking up at me and trying to catch me. He never did. And they were going. Well, first off, they like met in the middle of the spike and the 8-pointer, and it was cool. They were like grunting at each other, and they put their heads down, and they were tickling horns. So that was cool.
Wow.
Yeah, and they acted like they were going to the hole in the fence, and I guess the 8-pointer smelled where I walked through. And he spun around, and he went the other way, and they stopped about 40 yards from me, and it's pitch black at this point. I can't see them if they're not moving. And all of a sudden, I hear them bed down. I'm like, oh, are you fucking kidding me, dude? And they're bedded down. So I get on my phone, and I try to play some coyote calls, and I can see the 8-pointer. I can see his antlers looking right at me, but he doesn't care. So finally, I'm just like, fuck it, dude. I got to go. I got shit to do. And I moved a little bit, and they both just took off.
Well, you are conditioning that buck to be shot next year because he's going to be anytime he sees you in that stand, he's not really associating it with danger now.
That's true.
I mean, there's two ways you can look at it. You can look at it as, oh, he's never going to go back around there, or he may be like, whatever, that guy. I've seen him before. Nothing ever happens. So he may be, it might, like, I've heard the juries say that when deer get older, they get easier to kill because year after year after year, they never associate them with danger.
I heard the same thing from Ted Nugent. But yeah, I didn't even think about that because the first time I seen him and he seen me, he looked at me and he ran. And last night, it was like a staring contest for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And he finally was just like, oh well.
I'm interested to see if he's going to be just a dumb brute next year, because next year he's going to be a hammer.
He's a nice 8.
Yeah.
If not next year, the year after, he'll be a freak daddy.
Yeah. Well, get some rock rack out there in the off season, man, and make sure he grows.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to put a feeder out there.
Yeah. I think a feeder's a waste of time.
Yeah? You just going to dump it on the ground?
Yeah. I mean, I think I got to move that camera over to the feeder. But, dude, if it's not hitting, I'm just going to drive the truck to an inside corner and start dumping corn on the ground so we can hopefully smoke at least 1 or 2 more out of there for late season January.
I was going to do that for the January rifle.
We can drive the trucks in.
Just shovel it out.
Right into that inside corner and just leave it there.
And remember when me and you went to put out the feeder and the like metal one that holded a whole bunch of corn, and we were going back with you.
And you got stung by a bee?
Yellow Jacket. I got stung by one of those, and so a couple of days later, Dada checks the camera, and he has one video of it. It's making a whole loud ticking, and the deer are afraid, so they don't go over there.
Yeah, they didn't like that. They didn't like the mechanical feeder.
No.
Do you think maybe they have just stayed away from it because in the past it's made a bunch of goddamn racket?
That could be. But I still don't know. I know I have a picture of one there in daylight.
Yeah.
But like I said, on the last podcast, the camera angle was trash. That's another risk you run when you set up those types of cameras.
I hate them.
Yeah, I'm done with them. I'll never buy another one.
No.
I'm all cell cams, baby. But one of the pictures that I do have is in daylight, and it is the top of a deer's head. You can just see like its head and ears. But so I mean, something's hitting it.
Yeah.
but I don't know how much. So I'm gonna get the cell cam over there. I wanted to do it yesterday morning, but I just didn't have enough time.
It's got to be foreign for them to just eat out of that little tube
Yeah,
like it's a pet.
it's a lot better to have corn on the ground, but then you're fighting rain and stuff, which
Yeah.
becomes a pain in the ass. I like the way Kevin had us set it up. He sets his corn out in rows, so that because they won't shit where they're eating, is what he's saying. Is if you put a corn pile, then they can come at it from any angle. But if you put it in a row, they're not going to stand right over top of it and eat like that. He said they'll come at it from the side. So I think that makes sense in theory.
You can set them up for a perfect broadside, too.
That's what he was doing.
That's what I did when I shot that deer over corn this year. I set it up in a row. It was straight away from me, so when she came in, bang!
Damn, that's a good.
Yeah, it's a good pro tip, baiting pro tip.
I do that with hogs down south. They just put the corn out in a big row right down the road, and the hogs just funnel right in, and they just pick them off. Poof, 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 poof.
Oh, that would be cool. So why, now that you've shot a deer with a rifle, would you say that you're hooked? You're going to be hunting forever?
Yeah.
What about a bow? Do you want to try to practice more and get one with a bow next year, or you think you're going to stick with a rifle for a while?
Stick with rifle.
Yeah. How come?
Because we've practiced with a bow for more than I practiced with a rifle, so I would have practiced more with the rifle. So next year, like, we could get more deer than just one, like this year, with a rifle, because last year it's when we pulled back the what's that last year?
What?
When we pulled back the bow with that 6-pointer.
That was this year, buddy.
Yeah.
My memory's shitty, too. Don't worry about it.
And
Yeah, I think we'll get you one with a bow, but I think the rifle is definitely a little easier for you, and we'll get you out. We'll get you more. Absolutely. We still got 2 days of rifle coming up in January, so I don't know if you were with me or your mom that weekend, but we could try to get you back out that weekend, try to get you another one. What do you think?
yeah, I can ask Mom if we're gonna be with her. I can ask her.
Yeah.
Sure, that's gonna go over great.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Hopefully you can, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Friday,
is that
Saturday,
right?
Sunday.
The 9th?
Oh, so check this out. I thought this was interesting. It was in an article I read, and it says, we believe does may be forced to use high-risk areas like food plots during risky periods, in this case legal hunting hours, because of their smaller body size and increased nutritional demands, whereas larger bucks are better able to forego foraging opportunities during risky periods to reduce predation risks from hunters. So basically what they're saying is because bucks are so much bigger, they have larger body mass, they can go longer without hitting food, as the smaller animals need to eat more often to regulate their body temperature.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
does are with child, so they need a lot of nutrition.
They need more nutrition, which
definitely makes sense.
why it's a lot easier to kill them over bait.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? How do you feel about shooting late season does? And this is a touchy subject. A lot of people won't shoot does in late season because they are with child. What do you guys think about shooting a doe with a baby?
I could give two fucks.
You know, Don Higgins covered this in his podcast, and the way he went about it made perfect sense. Whether you're shooting it early season or late season, you're still killing 2 deer, because that doe is going to have a fawn sooner or later. So I mean, you're still,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I get what he's saying, but
Yeah.
there's just something about it when it's
No, I know.
tangible.
Yeah.
And you can you pull that pile out, the gut pile out, and it's like, oh, hey there.
Have you done that? Found one in there?
Not that I could see.
Yeah.
I know I've shot in does in late season, but I'd assume it's in some kind of sack that maybe you can't see it, or I just didn't notice it. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't looking for it. And I know you have too. I mean, we've definitely shot does in January. So
If I see a doe tonight, I'm going to shoot her.
yeah. And also, this week I shot a doe, a big doe, a big old broad.
It didn't look that big in the picture.
I know. The picture didn't do it any justice, but it was a big doe.
That's good.
It was a nice doe. I bet she was every bit of 3. She was a nice sized doe. I don't know how much she weighed, but she was hefty. my buddy from PA calls them shooter does. She was a shooter. Yeah, because they get so few doe tags, they have to be picky. He don't want to shoot small does.
Really?
Yeah, so he's got like, oh, that's a shooter doe. You know what I mean? Like if it's big.
Every doe's a shooter doe, Daddy.
Hell yeah. But it was awesome. It was a morning hunt, and got in there real early. I seen a lot of action, but right when the sun rose, there was a bunch of them. The wind was swirling all over, and there was a bunch of deer down below. There was an 8-pointer with one side of his rack was broke off, which sucks. But because I might have shot him, I don't know. He was a smallish 8, and they were about 40 yards away from me, but there was a lot of cover and stuff. No good shots, and I was about to get out of there. I was about to climb down. It was like 9 o'clock. And there's this church on the backside of this property, and it sounded like somebody must have been over there, because and I know there's does and stuff that bed down over there, and it sounded like there was like kids screaming and stuff over there, and all of a sudden a bunch of deer come from that direction. I think they must have scared them or something, and they started walking past, and this doe, this nice big doe right in front, the one that came first was a spike, and then this big doe followed right in his tracks. At best, she was 15 yards from me, and wow. I put my pin, I aimed low, I was going right for the heart. She at 15 yards, when I drew, she looked right at me.
Yeah.
And when I released, my pin was sitting right in the crease of her armpit, right for a heart shot. She probably dropped 6 inches. Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
And that close, 15 yards max, probably closer to 10, like 12 yards, I'd say. She dropped that much.
Wow.
And it hit her. It was still a perfect shot because of the angle.
Yeah.
And it went through at least one lung and caught some of the heart. But it was just, I couldn't believe how much she dropped in that short distance.
I hate when they're that close and when they drop, they go to turn back to where they came from, and you spine them.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah, I caught a little bit of shoulder.
Really?
Yeah, but it blew through it.
What'd you hit her with?
Schwacker.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, buddy. I got the QAD Exodus. I got one Schwacker left. And for shots like that, I mean, the Schwacker is great. When they're broadside, it's just when I feel like for anything, any angle, shot angles, I'd much rather have a fixed.
Yeah, but the Schwacker is a great broadhead.
Yeah, I mean, I've killed several deer with it now. I've had that one buck that I never found. So like I said, funny angles, it's not optimal, but I'll keep using them. I like having the options in my quiver. I like having the fixed blade and the mechanical. But with that, Johnny, we're tied up. Man.
Yeah, damn it! I should have shot that 8-pointer last night. Really ran away.
But you
with it.
you never know.
Yeah.
Though.
I'm gonna go to a food source tonight, see if I can't shoot them over a green. So.
Did you know that you can actually make a chicken with a cut open chicken egg? You can make a homemade chicken, a homemade baby chicken.
Baby chickens.
Baby
Yes.
chickens, they're delicious. You mean you can grow them at home out of the egg?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, you can literally you can mutate them too.
Oh, like
Wow.
super chickens.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But you have to get a certain chemical to actually make the chicken, and then another. You can get a DNA thing to put a certain DNA.
Well, these inflation prices, we might be taking you up on that, Wyatt.
Yeah. If you could make
You can make a deer chicken.
if you could make a chicken crossbred with any other animal, what would it be?
Probably the chicken deer.
The chicken deer.
Chicken deer.
Yeah.
A deer that tastes like chicken?
That
Huh?
would be crazy.
Just one giant chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just as tall as me, and it's
What
just a chicken. That he has deer. It would have like deer.
Deer parts and chicken wings.
It would have the wings.
A deer
It
with
would-
wings would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, it would
It'll
have
be
a.
it'll
It would
be-
have like it would be the deer's body down here, and then the chicken head with antlers. And
That would be
the
terrifying.
wings.
That's a nightmare.
Dude,
Yeah.
a deer with a chicken dick? Holy shit,
Yeah.
though.
That's fucking terrifying.
And the antlers, it's just like.
Yeah.
That would be scary.
Deer with a chicken dick.
Oh. So we got rifles over, and muzzleloader comes in today, right?
Is it today?
I think it is today,
I think you're right.
if I'm not mistaken. You guys, well, I guess John is completely unaware, but Runsky, do you own a muzzleloader?
I do not.
Oh, okay.
I got two.
I'm thinking I'm gonna muzzleloader hunt tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's Sunday tomorrow that we can hunt.
Where are you going?
Probably Port Deposit, Maryland.
Son of a bitch.
I love it over there, man. I love it. I could, if you wanted to, we could go. We could go to Elk Neck. You can muzzleloader in there. If you want to go, we can go tomorrow night.
All right. I'm
in. Today is opening day of muzzleloader.
Okay, and I think Sunday we can hunt Sunday tomorrow too.
I will find out. Lickety split.
I'm pretty sure. So that would be pretty sweet. Yeah, buddy.
How does this thing work? Cecil County.
So,
yeah,
Dada,
it's open.
what stand are you gonna use?
No, you
there?
can't hunt Sunday.
Or are you not gonna use a stand?
No, can't hunt Sunday.
Oh, it's no Sundays tomorrow?
Mm-mm.
Oh, damn.
No
that
Sundays
sucks.
in any day in December. Weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just the one
Oh,
extra
wait.
rifle.
There it is. They got it all fucked up. Yeah, it's open.
Okay, cool.
On Sunday?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And stand Wyatt, if I'm going to public land, I'll use my climbing tree stand. But if I go to port, I don't know. I'd probably use my climber at port too, just for muzzleloader.
I love my climber. I hate hang-ons. They're so uncomfortable.
Yes, they are.
That summit is like a
Yes,
lazy
over a
boy.
little bit.
It's
Wonderful.
like sitting on a beach chair.
Didn't you have a guy buy that summit off of you and said he uses them as hang-ons because they're so comfortable?
Yes, he said that he likes to use the summit climbers as a hang-on.
That's
pretty much.
that's awesome.
It's like
Pricey, but
yeah, he'll put sticks up and then use them.
That's why he's buying used ones.
Yeah, I think I sold it for $150 or
Still a
something.
lot of
which
fucking
is
shit.
it's a good deal.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah. Yeah, for Summit Viper SD, it's a pretty sweet deal. So we got Christmas coming up. You guys off for any time?
Yeah, but hallelujah. Yeah.
I'm off. I'll be off that Friday, which is Christmas Eve, Saturday, Sunday.
I'm off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh,
and,
you're off Thursday.
and I'm off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday the next week too.
Nice. I'm off from Friday to January 3rd.
When are you going to Sickaville?
Okay, so yeah, that's
That's what he was getting to.
let's touch on that. So Ryan and I have shout out. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names, but we had a listener who lives down there tune in to. He sent us a message on the Instagram. If you don't follow Beers and Deers podcast on Instagram,
Do
get
it.
on there. Do it. But a guy from down there, I can look real quick and I'll tell you his name. He messaged us and gave us a tip on some property down there that he was saying that we should hit. He said that he lives down there.
Will.
Oh, it was Will.
Should
Okay.
no last names.
Yeah. I don't
Nah,
want
no last names.
Yeah, some people don't want to be found. But so Will hit us up on there, and he told us where he hears a lot of bugles coming from and a piece of public that doesn't get hit a lot, and a lot of people are unaware of it because it's actually a Chesapeake forest land. So down there, DNR buys up all these properties down in Lower Maryland, and they'll lease them out to hunting clubs or make them public. And this is one of those public parcels that just a lot of people don't know about. And he was saying that the islands out front of there are really good for Sika, and that he hears lots of bugles from there. And he even offered to let us use one of his boats or give us a ride. So we're probably going to take him up on that. But I am taking the kayaks as well, just because some of those spots I think a kayak would be a little bit better for access because a boat might be
It's so
tough to get in there.
sketchy, dude. Like the tides are just, I don't like it. I was terrified the entire time in the Sika Stalker 6000.
I'm out of school from yesterday to the 6th.
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
Oh yeah, he's got a long Christmas break.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'd kill for that.
But
Me too.
so I'm gonna go. I'll be down in Sickaville. I'm going down Sunday night after Christmas, and I'll be down there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'll be heading back. So hopefully I
here for
can
New
get it
Year's.
done.
You are bound and determined to get one of those little Jap deer.
Oh yeah, man. I'm hooked. I'm gonna. It's just gonna be part of my hunting life now. It's going down there and getting one, especially when I haven't gotten one. If I get one this upcoming week, I would be, ecstatic. I don't know if I'd go back this year if I get another one.
Do they bugle as heavy during
Not-
when they're not in the rut?
Not as heavy, but we still heard bugles.
That's crazy.
I still heard like 4 or 5 when I was down there, and one was within 200 yards, maybe even 100.
Speaking of listeners, did you see what Brent sent us?
No,
I guess he shot a doe, and it has one ear.
really?
Wow.
Like, is it?
We never got into an
Whoa,
altercation.
that is fascinating.
Something
Looks
got a
like
hold
it
of
was
it.
born with it.
Wow.
You'll have to ask him if we can post it to the gram.
Yeah.
Because that is wild. It has there's no hole or nothing.
And on the where it has no ear, it's a different color of the hair.
Yeah,
It's like that ear color, the inside of the ear. It's the color of that ear.
That is freaky.
it's wild looking.
Inbred deer down there, dude.
Yeah. Where is he from again? Virginia?
Virginia or West Virginia? One of
Yeah.
them Virginias.
Virginia.
I think it's Virginia.
West Virginia.
Wonder where that
Mama.
wonder where that leaf spring came off of.
Yeah, dude. Some of them spots down in Sickerville, you can't take a car if you don't have a truck. Like, you're not going. Like
Yeah, that bad.
The one place we went is if you got a car, you can't hunt there. There's nowhere to park. And even I had to kick it into 4-wheel drive.
Better make sure your 4-wheel drive works.
Those roads are chewed up down there, aren't
Dude,
they?
I
Remember?
put that 4-wheel drive axle in myself, so.
Yeah, you better make sure it works.
Nah, it works like a champ. It pulled us right out of there. But like Ryan hopping out of the truck's like almost knee deep. Yeah, it's crazy. Now, so like you park on the side of this muddy road, and to pull off, you've got the whole right side of my truck. Those 2 tires are in like 10 inches of water.
Jeepers.
Yeah. So like if you don't have 4-wheel drive, you're not parking there.
Sketchy. Was it last week we were talking about heavy poundage bows?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Hoyt used to make a dangerous game compound bow. The Hoyt CRX 32 dangerous game, 80 to 90 pound compound bow.
Yikes.
So
That sounds amazing.
What year was that?
it looks pretty old, but I'm saying like 2010
Let me
ish.
see. Yeah, it's definitely a modern bow.
Here's something interesting too. Back in the day, dude, it was not unheard of to have 80 or 90 pound draw weights.
My dad's bow goes up to 110.
Yeah, my dad's bow is on like 93 pounds.
Yeah.
So it's like all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, you don't need that. You don't need that.
Yeah.
But back in the day, like everybody shot it and it was no problem. You know what I mean? And they did it because they wanted to get more momentum on their arrow.
Yeah.
So it's like, why not do it now when we can do it with a 90-pound bow now will draw so much easier than my dad's.
Yeah.
But like shooting my dad's bow, which is 30 years old, the vibration on the hand of the riser, when I shoot that, the first time I shot it, I dropped it.
Jumped out of your hand.
I jumped out of my hand. That's how much that bow vibrates.
Ugh.
It's insane. These modern bows, we've came so far in 30 years. I can't imagine what they're going to be like when Wyatt's my age. I mean,
Scary to think about.
just incredible. But
It's like a hologram.
yeah,
Probably shooting fucking lasers.
yeah, shooting laser beams at deer. I've seen guys hunting with air rifles a lot. What's the
What?
deal with them things?
What
I
do you
don't
kill
even
with an
know.
air
I don't
rifle?
even understand.
I've seen people hunting with an air bow rifle. You seen that?
What?
No.
It's an air rifle, and you stick, I guess, a crossbow bolt in it, and it's a actual air rifle.
I have seen that.
Shoots the arrow.
Yeah, but I've seen these air rifles, like, and you can only use them in rifle. Doesn't Chance use one of those things? I think he was telling us he hunts with it.
I don't know.
I'd like to know what the deal is and what's the benefits of that. Like, why? Why are you using that?
I
Is it
got
because
all
it's so
I got a
quiet?
lot of questions about that.
It's
What
got
kind
to
of
be pretty loud.
the projectile you use, the feet per second, you're moving the fucking projectile out.
Yeah,
Is it CO2, right?
I would assume.
Yeah, I don't think you're pumping that thing like a
CO,
BB gun.
CO2.
It's gotta
How
be.
big's the cartridge? What's the like? I got a million questions on that.
Yeah. It's got to be CO2 or compressed air. I mean, one of the two, like a paintball gun, you know.
People hunt with all kinds of crazy shit. Tim Wells hunts with blowguns.
Yeah.
Kills elks and bears with blowguns.
He kills bears with a blowgun.
Yeah.
Like a mouth blowgun.
What's he?
What
he
is
fucking?
He got poison darts.
Yeah.
Nah, he just aims right for the heart.
What the?
He kills them. Go on his YouTube, dude. He's a nut.
That's insane.
Well,
Yeah.
people do this shit across the world. I don't know.
Could you imagine with the blowgun on a freaking grizzly bear?
Well, it was a black bear, but still, it's a bear.
Still.
He killed an
like-
elk with one too.
Yeah. Wyatt would be a champ. He's the spitball champion. He'd be icing them. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. I've heard of atlatls. I've heard of spears. I know Wells is big into spears.
Mm-hmm.
But a blowgun, that is just, man. He just likes exotic stuff.
Yeah. He shoots fucking geese out of the air with a bow.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I've seen him do that. That's bad to the bone.
Yeah.
I would like to try
It's
it.
just like
No sights.
And
He's
it
all
goes up.
instinctive.
hits him, and then it just falls right down like this.
And he uses those flu arrows.
Yeah. Slows the arrow way down.
Yeah. Well, that's good so you can find them, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure that was that. Sorry. This
Your
coffee is
cup of
fantastic,
Joe.
John.
Hey.
Yeah, welcome to Good Morning America. Hunting version. Yeah, so it's been a great year. We're almost at the end of 2021. I'd have to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, for so far this season, my season has been a 10.
I would say your season has been a 10.
-1.
I would agree with that
I would
as well.
agree with that as well.
Yeah.
What do you rate yours so far, Johnny?
I give it a 10.
Yeah.
I was thinking in the tree stand last night. I was like, if I didn't kill another deer this season, I'd be happy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I got, like I said on the last pod, I wanted to get him a deer, and I wanted the buck, and I've done both. I just it's been a great season. Now, it ain't over.
It ain't over.
It ain't over.
Yeah, because me and Johnny are tied up, and I can't. I would be all right with ending it on a tie.
I want to end it on a tie.
Do you?
Yeah.
But honestly, I'd like to kill one more deer.
Yeah.
For my freezer.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd really like to get a late season buck. It's so tough, but I've
Got
got
4 of the cocksuckers last night.
I got that buck tag in my pocket. It's burning me up. Well, that's the thing. Like I'll see bucks, but I the one I want. You know.
Are your expectations going to drop as the season starts dwindling on what you'll shoot?
No.
Buck wise?
No.
You're going to stick to it, huh?
Yeah, I'm not shooting any small bucks.
Nope.
Nope. But I am in 100% doe mode. If I see a doe in range, she's getting an arrow through her.
Yeah.
Like as to early season, I stuck to my guns pretty good this year.
You did.
Waiting on a buck.
Shocked us.
And this now at this part of the season, please.
Yeah.
We can hear all that. At this part of the season, there's none of that. I'm shooting every doe I see.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like that from day one, so.
yeah. And you still kill bucks. So.
Hey, they just flocked to me. I mean, they felt so at ease with me last night, they took a nap.
Yeah, they decided to take a nap here. Ugh, must be nice.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wyatt, that was disgusting.
that was you.
What?
I saw you do this.
He leaned to the side.
Pointed right towards me.
Yeah, I think something, and I think we talked about this last week about targeting bucks in this part of the year, about all being on food and how food is
Yeah.
king right now, and it's just hard to catch them in daylight. Is the tricky part right now for any mature buck. It's tough. It doesn't get easier. It won't be easier till September, and it's still doable, but it definitely it's not easier. But
I thought it was strange. I seen all those bucks last night. It was like 60 friggin' degrees, too. It was unseasonably warm. But
well, that's something I was talking about with Ryan. I honestly, just from what I've seen, and I'm not saying there's any like evidence for this or anything I've ever read, but in my experience, I seem to see when it's unseasonably warm, like almost like a cold front, but like a warm front, you just get like one really warm, nice day in December or in the winter. I see a lot of deer movement.
yeah.
I don't know. I think there might be something to that. When you, it could just be any
Change in weather.
giant
I think it is.
change. Yeah, you see them move because I can't tell you how many times we've had like a super warm day and I've just seen deer all over the place.
The cold takes a lot out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that temperature spike, that upward temperature spike, maybe it just is like, hey,
Yeah. You remember in it was like December, we were hunting in Elkton one time, John, and you just seen them deer like running around, jumping through in that pond and stuff over at the Airs.
Yeah, it was like $9 altogether.
Yeah, and it was an unseasonably warm day, and they were just out there running around. I think there's something to that. I think if you've got like 40 degrees, 40 degrees, 40 degrees, and then you get a 60-degree day, it's not a bad day to hunt.
I mean, what do you do when it's frigid and then one day it's 60 degrees? You want to be outside.
Yeah, and I think that may be a thing for the deer too. And that goes against what everything else says. But dude, I'm just saying what I've seen, and my time in the woods, and I think those aren't bad days to be out. And they're a lot more enjoyable. When it's December and it's 60 degrees and you're in a tree stand, it's beautiful out. That's a nice sit.
Especially because I don't have any cold weather gear.
Sick of gear, baby.
Well, when they sponsor us, I'll start wearing it because
I love them.
God damn it.
Oh yeah, dude, it is pricey, but it's worth every penny. You pay to play, baby.
Yeah, I pay enough.
Ryan's getting out there. He's going to get some sicker gear. I can't remember if he talked about that on the podcast, but
I think he talked about it beforehand.
I want it, man, but like I said,
I want it too.
I got a guy. I used to work with John's Controls. He's been at Gore for like 4 years. And Seth was telling me they get like a fucking employee. They key their employee number in on the fucking Sitka site.
Yeah, they get a discount.
If I can get a discount, I'm fucking.
That's where I got almost all my stuff on a discount.
I'm buying.
Or a sale. So you can get it for a more affordable price. You just got to watch out for those sales and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. So I got everything I need. I would like some other stuff, but I'm not buying it unless I get a discount. So
Win the lottery.
Yeah, or win the lottery. Yeah.
Dude, a lady I work with hit for $50,000 on a scratch off.
Where
I
she
tell you
live?
that shit.
Where she live?
Wow.
$50,000.
See, I don't play any of it, so I'll never win any of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, gents, I know we all got busy evenings. John wants to get out and hunt, and little man's getting a little antsy over here. Anybody got anything else?
No.
Wyatt, thank you for coming on the podcast.
It was a pleasure.
You are officially a man of the woods. How's it feel?
I am very happy.
Couldn't have said it better
Couldn't have said it
myself. That's it, son. That's my boy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all tuning in. If you don't hear from us till Christmas, enjoy your Christmas and your holiday season and get out in the woods. Get you some.